good Tuesday morning, everybody. Is Morning Gospel Coffee, Father Bob. Our Gospel today is from Mark chapter 1, verses 21 through 28. So it's a continuation of yesterday's scene, where Jesus had announced the good news that he's going to preach. And this theme gets at least 4 disciples, and then goes on to Capernaum, where he preaches in there and expels this unclean spirit. In the Gospel of Mark, this Jesus coming to rid the world of the evil is a theme that runs throughout, okay, and it gets personified or symbolized by the unclean spirits in Mark's gospel. And I talked about this other book that I've been reading, still reading, about really why Jesus died on the cross, which one of the kids at confirmation asked about last night. It was a really good question. So I've been reading this book, and it talks, and I get this, about idolatry. Idolatry is the sin, the force, the evil force in this world. Idolatry being wherever we put our energy into something that is not God. Something, and we think that thing is going to make us who we are. And it doesn't have to be an idol like a golden calf. It could be our politics, our nationalism, or our ego. And the reason I bring this up, because I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and then challenging within me, what is that sin within me, that unclean spirit? And how does Jesus do this? And Jesus confronts that. On cross resurrection, he confronts that. It doesn't happen in a magical act with me. I talk to kids about exorcism. They're like, ooh, you do exorcisms? Like, all the time. So it's not like that, where movies and I writhe and like this. But what Christ does, through his way, through revealing who God is, then I see where I'm not being like God. And so I can choose to reorient myself with that grace, to back onto that path of God, to walk away from what I think is making me myself, which is usually ego issues, and come back to God. So that's what I think Jesus is in here. And so the challenge for always for me is being aware of when that little unclean spirit is speaking, and I'm putting more energy into things that really I ought not to be worrying about or putting my energy into. So hopefully that made sense. That was kind of broad. But I think the challenge for all of us is, where do we truly put our energies? What are we putting our energies into? What do we think it makes ourselves who we are? And I suspect most of us, we're not quite there on God. Maybe some percentage, but there you go. All right, guys, so enjoy the Tuesday. We'll see if it snows, rains, or whatever. I'm hoping for snow down here. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.